Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Adkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Drivers, start your engines.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to All-Star 15 TV. On the broadcast tonight, it is the Extreme Forces Racing League and the Georgia Peaches 80 from Atlanta Motor Speedway. In the broadcast booth with me are both of my best friends when it comes to broadcasting and everything gaming in real life and other stuff. It's Mr. TJ Barney here and Ryan Fry. How you guys doing? TJ, we'll start with you.
Not bad. Fighting a head cold, but here fighting through and ready to watch some good racing.
Oh, you and me both, pal. You and me bleeping both. Ryan, how are you, dude?
Good. I had it all last week. You guys got it all this week, and good thing with that bleep.
Yeah, we almost need a bleep button for AJ after last week.
Hey.
I'm still waiting for money in the. I'm still waiting for money in the swear jar.
Oh, I have plenty of that. Not gonna lie. But
Money or the swear jar?
the swear jar. I have a big swear jar. No money. So we're around New Atlanta. It races just like a super speedway. Everybody's looking on their screen right now. It's a mile and a half. Track temperature's at 103. Outside ambient temperature for the fans is at 79. But we are in for a little Daytona, little Talladega race. TJ, what are you expecting with these ARCA cars tonight as they're qualifying in the background?
I'm really interested to see, if they can push. I know my experience on plate races, these things, it didn't ever go well. I think Olofsson could attest that it didn't go well at all as I wrecked him in turn 1 trying to exit on the first lap. So I'm curious to see if maybe they figured something out or if it's give and take, how they're going to maneuver their way through these little mini packs they're going to have and not crash.
Ryan, what are you looking forward to as we're seeing just about the end of qualifying with 21 drivers putting down a lap time?
Well, last week was mayhem in the dirt. So this week I'm going to go with chaos. Because these cars on this racetrack, with TJ saying not a lot of room as far as bumper to go, I see that's going to be carnage.
And I think we have gone. Are we still in qualifying? Yes, we are. Okay. The screen jumped, and I was like, "Oh, we're done."
We are, but they're advancing here anymore.
Ooh.
They had a 10-minute session set, but they're set at 5 minutes.
All right. So, since we do this every broadcast, and we're in the mood to killing a little bit of time here, who are all your picks? You got 80 laps around this super speedway-esque mile and a half. A lot of grip. I would assume. I haven't raced on it yet, but TJ and Ryan both have. Kind of talk us who you're picking tonight, TJ.
I mean, guy I raced with a fair amount that seemed to always find his way to the front and keep his nose mostly clear for like the most part. It wasn't always pretty, but would find himself up there. Is that 95 at Devin Smith? We watched him battle as a lap car one night at Talladega, trying to get a lap back. And he seems to know what to do at the front and how to stay there. So he's got a top 5 starting spot. Or no, sixth starting spot. So I think he might maybe be able to do something with that position.
Well, let's run down the starting lineup for the Georgia Peaches 80. Your front row, Nick Fuller, Dustin Dean. Row 2, Brett Murphy and Brady Floyd. Row number 3, it's Bradley Stefane and Devin Smith. Row 4, Will Cloud, Matthew Setzer. Tyler Aspinall and Farron Elam is going to be row 5. Row 6, William George and Brandon Dunford. 13th starting position, it is Kyle Lingerfeld, Dominic Hughes in 14th, 15th, Jesse Adams, TJ Floyd in 16th, 17th, Larson Parker, Frank Hughes 18th, 19th, it is Jackson Qualley, or Ryan, how do you say it?
Deekson.
Deekson, just in case it's either one. In 19th, Donnie Bartlett in 20th. All right, Ryan, it's your turn. Who are you picking tonight?
Oh, I know TJ went up there to the front, and that's probably a safe bet. But I'm going to look back here. He didn't make a qualifying run, and he's been pretty consistent this entire short series. I'm going with Alan Warnicki and that Liquid Death machine.
Speaking of Alan Warnicki and Liquid Death, I actually had my first can of Liquid Death last week and got the sparkling Liquid Death seltzer. It's actually really good. Not gonna lie.
The one I drink is the one that Alan's got his paint scheme after. It's like a sliver of lime. It's delicious.
Ooh. All right, before we go green, as that iRacing pace car is gonna pull away, let's hit our sponsors real fast. It is the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. New episode tomorrow night on their YouTube. We're talking Hocus Pocus 2. wrestling over everything. Awesome wrestling page on Facebook. That link is down in the description. And Hutch Paints got a lot of liveries. Joe Hutchings is making for mostly his race team, but he's also making for anybody who pretty much wants anything. Look up Joe Hutchings or Hutch Sport Motorsports on Facebook to get a hold of him. All right, guys, 80 laps around this 1.5-mile racetrack. It's going to be a barn burner. I'm going to say it because it's going to pop Ryan. Probably a slobber knocker. Good old JR there. But, guys, are you ready?
I mean, ready as I think I could ever be.
I mean, yeah, true that. True that. All right, through 3 and 4 behind that pace car, one final time. Got our front row, Fuller and Dean. Ding, 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 ding. Waiting for Barney the Flagman.
Got her out.
And there it is. There he goes. And all the dirt says you can't push with ARCA cars. TJ, how much does that change everything as we go into turn 2 for the first time?
I mean, they say that, but yet I'm seeing pushing, so...
I was going to say, they say you can't, somebody's going to try it.
I know it does not work well, put it that way. I don't know if the update to these cars, I know there was one, if it helped any. I have yet
that
to
was the question
been
I
able
was
to
going to ask.
experience that myself.
When you wrecked them, that was with the old scan. I wonder if the new scan has improved that any at all.
Oh yeah, and it wasn't close. I literally got to Mick. I gave
Brett
him
Murphy
one shot
to
and he
the
was around.
inside of Fuller. Fuller's going to go backwards.
I didn't want to, I don't want to, well, I don't know how to say this. Don't want to snack on him, but always be looking out for Will Cloud in that Cheez-It car.
Cheez-Its. Now I'm hungry. Thanks, TJ.
You're welcome, pal.
Great that I'm fat, so I'm probably always hungry.
You said it.
You said it, not I.
And I'll say it again. Fastest lap of the race, all the way from that 17th position. Donnie Bartlett there. Oh, and that's going to flip to Daniel Park in the 09. All the way back here.
Got a good little pack here. 2-car breakaway and double file about 5 rows behind that. 6 rows now. Curious to see if the outside ever gains the momentum here to maybe try to get up with these front 2.
Well, you're looking at the 18 of Dustin Dean.
We're going to go 3 wide.
Where are you looking?
Right at the front.
Oh, Farron Elam, a few others around. Elam saved
that'll
it.
bring out a caution.
That was,
oh, yeah,
that,
there's cars stopped.
I want to say that all started at the front, just kind of reverberated back through.
Oh, and the 36 trying to swing around in the 50 T-boned him.
Well, we're going to far chase it from Farron Elam. Looks like he's going to get hit with the 83, and that's just going to start everything behind him.
It's really weird at the bottom of the entry on the 1. It's kind of a hitch to the turn, and it seems like it throws the car at a weird angle.
So yeah, that all seemed to start. The 89 took a look to the outside of the leader, and for a moment they were 3 wide, and it just created a stack up, and I think that stack up just reverberated back through to the field until finally it gave way.
That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of hurt race cars. And one fast repair for everybody tonight because of the super speedway conditions. So as long as you don't tow back to pit road, you might be okay and not miss a lap.
Got Farron Elam, Kyle Lingerfeld, and I didn't see who the third car was on
Josh
pit road.
Fox, TJ Floyd, Dominic Hughes all on pit road. And it was the 83 of Dominic Hughes who got into Farron Elam as he takes his fast repair on lap 6. Now here's the
that
thing.
was a lot of cars.
Now here's the thing, and TJ, I would say you have probably done more races than Ryan, and obviously more races than myself. When it comes to fast repairs, would you like try to assess the damage before taking that fast repair, or because of the aerodynamics of this racetrack, you need to take it now?
It's tough with only one. I know I got burned one time, not realizing, like, the car was driving straight, everything appeared to me to be fine, and I get on pit road and I've got 12 minutes.
Ouch.
And you can't switch to that fast repair at that point,
Mm-hmm.
which I kind of feel is something you should think about in the future. For the very reason you're stating is, I mean, I feel like you should be able to come in and take a look at minimum, you should be able to pull onto pit lane and have them tell you estimated repair before you decide to repair. But the sim doesn't work that way, and it I think should, but it does not benefit the unlucky. So if you think you've got a ton of damage, I'd say go ahead and repair it, and then you got to ride for a while.
Now, the pace car has its lights off. We're about to go racing again. If you haven't yet, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Come talk to us. We love reading the comment sections. It's always a fun part of the race, getting everybody involved. But
Look at the amount of, I don't want to call anybody out, but look at the amount of front runners that are sitting 15th on back in this field.
yeah. Yeah. Tyler Aspinall in 17th. Got Alan Warnicki in 21st. Baron Elam in 23rd. Kyle Lingerfeld in 25th. All over the place. And here we go. There it is. There goes the 7 of Brett Murphy. He's going to bring the 89 of Stefan with him.
That bottom got a real good launch. The top did not. Oh, the 18 really threw it down in there.
I think you have to do that or you're going to get stuck on the outside.
That outside almost near evaporated, but here again down the backstretch, the 18 back to the outside, and the 20 says, nope, not going with you.
The 20 of Brady Floyd shooting the half and getting to P3.
And he's looking for more here as he pops outside now. He's got the run, but with, the lack or inability of these cars to push, it's going to be real tough to make that top line work successfully.
See, I think all the dirt was talking about on how rampish the front of these cars are.
Yes.
You get underneath somebody, you're going to send them to the
Oh,
moon.
we got
Oh, boy.
24 and 4. 24 and 4.
It's another wreck. Between Fuller and the 24 of... Don't see it, don't see it, don't see it.
Matthew Setzer.
Matthew Setzer, thank you. Appreciate you, Fry.
Yep, and I think that was just a byproduct of not being able to push. The 24 hit the 4.
And
4
just sent
popped
it.
right around, and
Oh, wow.
I don't even think they got the worst of it. I think the worst damage came to the guys that couldn't get out of the way.
Oh, The 79 right into the back of the 9. Oh, the 9 is William George, and the 79 was Larson Parker. Looks like he might have jumped to pit road after that. But look at
They were still, the 16 was in it.
That starts because the 4 car is following Will Cloud to the bottom and wasn't clear at all.
That's gonna hurt in the morning. Hopefully your force feedback isn't up to 100. Now, we've seen them race at Daytona. We've seen them race at Talladega. How different are those racetracks compared to New Atlanta, TJ?
I mean, I feel like this place is even though it's like a plate race, it's its own animal, because even though it runs like a plate race, when you get into these turns, it is tight quarters. It's not like a Daytona and a Talladega where you feel like you can just kind of hold it and be steady with it through the turn and you'll come out the other side. This place is rough. Even though it's new, it's still, you're working it, and it's I mean, I can tell you from what I ran of it, it was something I knew it wasn't going to take one race and be like, I'm good with it. Like, I feel like I could do with a Daytona or a Talladega.
Larson Parker in the chat says he lost his steering after that, so that was a hell of a hit. You know, kind of a blind. You don't see it happening in front of you because a car is blocking it, and you just go balls to the wall into it. Very unfortunate for that 79 for his day to be done so early.
Did he, I assume he had already used his fast repair?
That's what it sounded like. Unless he jumped the pit road and couldn't get down there to not save himself a tow. Well,
He's still on pit road, so I'm taking it that he's used his fast repair.
Or took a tow. What is it?
We need a cough button, so you press it and mute your mic. Like how they have it on radio and TV.
Yeah, but then we just keep pushing it when you start talking.
Hey, whoa, hey, yo. No need for the shots fired here.
Just need us on a delay, so like when you swear, it just for us for coughing.
Yeah. But more for you for swearing.
He said, no, but I have 5 minutes of towing. Ouch.
Oof.
He did not use his fast repair, but 5 minutes of towing.
I feel like I could tow you around this place backward and get you to pit lane quicker than 5 minutes.
He was in turn 4. That's the worst part.
That is another thing with the sim I am not. The towing is a bit ridiculous.
Right,
first of all, it's not like it's not like in real life. If you were right there, they're going to take you around the track hold. Hell, even if you're just at the end of pit road, they're going to take you backward down the pit.
Evan took a great jump off of that.
Brett Murphy with
89's going to fill the hole.
We got a guy, I don't know who it is like past 3-4 guys on the outside. Looks almost like Kyle Busch from vintage days. It's a white car way back.
Is it the number 50 of Luke Peters?
I'm trying to find it. No, I don't
looked like that's
think
what
so.
He was doing. Now, how smart are these guys that are bailing out on the back?
Tyler Aspinall says, I'm getting out of this.
Yeah, I was just about to ask that. How smart are these guys for hitting the abort button and getting out of there?
And
it was the
50
by the
look was doing what he was doing.
But
He's
up front.
served with black flag.
Oh, no. Well, that's not good. Possibly speeding on pit road. Well, that would put you just to the back.
No, he was not in line on the restart.
Oh, okay.
They were coming to the line, and he just kind of jumped to the high side by 2-3 lanes of traffic.
And we are side by side up front again. Here comes the 20 of Brady Floyd on the outside being shoved by the 18 of Dustin Dean.
I don't know if a sustained push Certainly, a quick hit isn't going to work well. Maybe a sustained push.
You got to think about the arrow push as well.
And he's definitely going to be getting another black flag as he flew into pit road. I don't really know what he was thinking there, but he didn't slow down at all until he got off the exit of 4.
Well, that's no bueno.
No.
We have an
Larson
amazing
Parker
battle
is
up
back
front.
out on the track, but way off.
I mean, he is only 4 laps down.
But he's by himself, so that will end up being 5 before too long, because as much as this is not a Talladega or Daytona, that pack will catch him if he's all by himself.
Now look at this. First and second. Got 2 Dodge Chargers leading the pack. It's been a long time since we've seen those.
Maybe something we only ever see in the sim.
Unfortunately. Man, I would like to see a Nissan too.
I'd love to see a Nissan. I'm real curious about a Fiat.
Well, we'd have to have a compact series for that.
They're out front.
Nah, we can make a Fiat Charger, right?
Well, the Charger's going away, so there'd be a Fiat Neon.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be here all week. Comedy stylings of Ryan Fry and TJ Barnier.
A Fiat Hellcat. Sounds fierce.
Yeah, until they put speakers by the tires so you can hear the engine.
Is that like cards in the
I know
spokes of your
Nissan-
bicycles?
Nissan would be interesting. I don't know what they would use for the car. I know that Nissan
GTR.
Titan in the truck series is pretty wicked.
Larson Parker in the chat, which I don't know how you're doing this if you're on the track again. My championship winning super late model was a Hyundai. Oh,
You think they'd run a GTR for a Nissan, Fry?
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter about being a sedan anymore, so
True.
definitely.
Wow, I
That
thought
top finally
yeah.
showing some...
I thought Will Cloud was about to go 3 wide and leave the 20 of Brady Floyd out to dry.
Thing is, just
I mean-
as soon as they had it, they're kind of losing it here. Maybe they can hang on.
By the way, I didn't speak about it, but my sleeper pick for this race was Brady Floyd. Wait, no, now it's the 7. No, wait, now it's Brady Floyd.
Somebody say something about sleep.
I'm gonna go with. I'm using my Jerry the King Lawler analysis. I'm just gonna go with whoever's out front. That was my pick.
Hey, it seemed to work for the Royal Rumbles for him.
Exactly. You never knew who he really picked.
I remember Rey Mysterio entered at 27. That's my pick!
Yeah, but I feel like he kept changing his pick.
He does.
That was
He
kind of
changed it
where...
the whole time. He would change it to who looked like they were gonna win.
To be fair, when you're a king, you can kind of make...
This is an amazing battle up front. They are side by side, by side by side, by side by side. How difficult is that outside, to hold it as close you can to that inside lane to try to side draft? Ryan, I know you ran a couple hosted lobbies when New Atlanta first got brought here, and you were, I think, running the next-gen cars or the Xfinity cars. How difficult is it to side draft as close as possible to that inside?
I prefer being on the outside line. I don't know about TJ, but I'm able to, when you're on the driver's side, you're able to judge it a lot better than being in the inside line trying to judge it off of your passenger side or the right side of the car. So I prefer being on that high side. Plus, on the high side, you have an escape. On the inside, you feel like you're in a box because you can't go past under the line and there's a car to your right. So you feel like you're in a box to make no mistakes or you're going to wreck the whole field.
And I have lost an official race
Oh, well,
by
that's not
like...
good.
I mean, it was a heartbreaker, AJ. It kind of looked like Labonte and Earnhardt.
Oh no.
The
That could be
field,
painful.
the field wrecked behind us on the white flag lap, and it was just the two of us. and I made my move, and I had the lead coming out of the turn, and I had the lead about 100 feet past the start-finish line, but at the start-finish line, I was knuckled.
Speaking of making a run, on that last restart, he restarted, I believe, 15th. And look at Farron Elam up on the
Big checkup! Big checkup!
And we stay
What
green.
a save!
Either way, as I was going back to it, Farron Elam is in 5th.
We're spread apart now. Yeah, Farron Elam is in 5th, and he pretty much gained all of those spots back and then some, being now up 5 positions from his 10th place starting spot. Got John Bartlett in the chat saying, well, as of about a couple laps ago, the top 14 were all under a second, but now it's only the top 8 under a second. Hopefully we could see some drafting where the packs get together and make their way back up towards this front pack, but it's going to be interesting if we don't get a caution how everybody's going to try to run around with strategies and everything to try to get back up towards the front. But right now we only have a about 10 car breakaway.
Yeah, and some of the drivers aren't too happy with how that was handled.
Yeah, what caused that stack up? Because it just looked like everybody slammed on the brakes coming out of 4.
I don't know what caused the initial couple guys to stack up, but I can tell you the rest of the field all hit the brakes because I think they were assuming there was be a yellow.
Well, it doesn't look like anybody went around. It was just more of everybody just slammed on their brakes and kept her going,
well,
whether it was off the racetrack or not.
Race control, I don't want to throw Emerson under the bus. Race control jumped on the channel and said they were wrecking, so I think everybody hit the brake.
Oof.
Look how much this was just 5 cars or 8 cars, and now people are getting back to them.
Yeah,
making the pack bigger up front.
That's insane.
I think what it is like once you get 2 guys side by side, next 2 guys get side by side, and it just slows that front group's whole momentum down to where those guys that were trailing back a little bit, as long as they still had draft, get sucked right back up in.
I mean, you think about it. That spin non-caution was started with the 89, and he's back up in this pack in 11th.
Yeah, the 95 was right behind those guys, and he hammered the brake hard. He's now there. He was well inside the top 10 and outside it now, but he certainly worked his way back to the pack.
Well, we're looking at it right now on your screen on the left-handed side. You can see timing and scoring. We're back up to 14th place now, under a second again, where it was just, I think, the top 8 were together. So these cars draft at an amazing rate to gain a lot of speed.
They draft great, they don't bump great.
That outside looking very strong coming down the backstretch. Brady, Floyd, Brandon Dunford.
Yeah, I want to say right now the only 2 that have, well, there's some guys that are out back still, whether it's by design or not.
I think that's by design because it's 2.
Oh, there's Dean, or there's a quali. Lee, Tyler Haspinall,
Alan Warnicki.
Yeah, these are some Dominic Hughes, Dustin Buck.
As long as they don't go a lap down, I think they're just trying to stay out of everything.
I think this is part of an idea plan because that's a few of those Buck Wild Racing group with Kraus and Warnicki and Buck. They're not together on the track, but they are both just kind of riding. All 3 of them are kind of riding in that far group. And Aspinall got out of it the mayhem way earlier. If you recall, he dropped to the apron and let everybody by him, and he's just out here riding. I wouldn't be shocked to see 30 to go. I would say probably about lap 50, you're going to see these guys try to make their march to the front.
So it looks like we know who's in that number 17. It is Dean tonight.
Well, I mean, Jackson's probably not old enough for restrictor plates, is he?
I forgot that they have the age discrepancy when it comes to the big tracks to the little tracks.
I don't know if there's any age on the sim, but certainly in real life.
13, I thought. But then again,
Is it really?
I know one of my friends has a 9-year-old that is better than most people already. It was sad. It was also very funny.
The field's kind of broke back up a little bit. I don't know if maybe these guys are... I never found out before the race. I usually try to what fuel wins. Oh, we got contact at the front. No spin.
Look at that NASCAR just squirrely down the backstretch in the middle of the 18 of Dustin Dean.
Oh, it looked like the 61 and the 19 got together just a little bit. Nobody wrecked, but it was certainly a moment.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see pit stops just about past halfway. Because they're obviously going to make it to 40.
Right, I don't know what the fuel window is. You want to, if you have the fuel, you want to go and set this thing up as a one-stop race.
All right, everybody, we got 15 people watching. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel.
They're
if you
running with
haven't.
60% fuel, so I would say, give or take with the 2 cautions, or the few cautions we've had, I would say it's going to be closer to 45 on fuel.
Oh, we have a couple drivers in chat right now that'll probably just post up and tell us.
Larson Parker is able to drive and chat at the same time, which I don't think's approved, but...
Yeah, look at Brad Keselowski. Was that the Montoya wreck that he did that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was at Daytona.
I don't know if it was before or after the foot race with Junior.
Ooh, Nick Fuller.
All that to go to the porta potty to pee. Good thing he didn't drop his phone in the porta potty.
All the dirt says 42 laps was max in practice.
So with the cautions, I would say probably around lap 45, 46, you'll probably see him.
Yeah, probably right around there, Larry Mack. Thank you.
I mean, if you pitted... This is something maybe we don't know about those guys in the back, but if you had pitted here on one of these last yellows, you in theory could get to where you can make it on one stop if you had taken fuel at some...
Yeah. Ooh! It looked like Will Cloud was getting tight off of turn 2, and I thought he was going to get right up into the 20 of Brady Floyd. World's fastest cam right now following these front couple cars.
I really do think some of the guys at the tail of this front pack are just riding, trying to see the pit stop window open. And
now, if they're just riding, they got to be saving fuel unless they're by themselves.
I mean, you can get pulled around, but you still got to be in the throttle here. It's not like... It's really hard, I think, anywhere to really save.
Honestly, I feel like some drivers are really hoping for a caution because pulling off the racetrack might be very difficult here.
But yeah, because you don't, this isn't Talladega and Daytona, you don't have that huge runoff to get to pit road like you do at those 2 tracks, so this is going to be a tall task in themselves to be able to do green flag pit stops.
And I can tell you from experience, when the field starts blending back together, it's not a fun experience. I was the victim of a very unfortunate, what felt like mugging. We had a driver come back up onto the track right in front of the entire pack, and kind of Kevin going into 3.
Kevin LePage. Haven't seen that except out of Talladega.
So we don't.
Well, it happened. Hey, I'm a native Vermonter. He's a native Vermonter. I'll talk about a Vermonter if I want. Ooh, a little three wide action here out of 4.
Is
Yeah,
that the
we're
only
looking at it
famous
now.
people from Vermont?
It's the only famous NASCAR driver.
I mean, Connecticut has Ryan Preece.
I think you got a champ. Don't you have a 2-time champion?
We don't talk about him.
Oh, he probably
Hey,
couldn't see you anyway. His eyes are squinting.
Our governor's a racer too. Not many. I don't think there's any other governors that can say that they're a sitting governor and still race.
Well, a lot of governors run for races. Oh, mine just won it.
No, AJ, I'm talking races with race cars.
Oh,
AJ tried to be funny.
I definitely tried to.
I mean, you guys got those. I've got Timmy Hill and whatever his brother's name is.
We really should start seeing pit stops momentarily because we're on lap 45, as what Ryan mentioned.
I would say we're getting close because Brady just dropped to the bottom. And he just coming
And
straight
he's
in.
headed down. He's been at the
With
front
no
most of the
partners.
race.
Ooh!
Does he have any partners?
Nope, he's by himself. Gonna be hung out to dry.
Oh, 761. Hang on.
Defeated Tokyo.
And they're 3 wide again. T1's calling out a pit. Will Cloud's calling a pit. The 19. I'm interested to see how the 19's going to do it from the top lane. Oh, this is going to get bad. This is going to get bad. Oh. Yeah, he got told.
The
He got
61
told
misses
physically
pit.
otherwise.
Fuller almost missed his pit. And Morneau took out the commitment cone.
Well, that'll probably be a penalty as we're looking at from the blimp cam to show a view on everybody. And the 19 is slow.
I'm wondering if he ran out of fuel.
Or he's definitely making it to pit road this time. But here comes the 18, the 7.
Oh, the 5 and the 16. I had a feeling that was going to happen.
Well, not a lot of damage.
No, but this.
That's just, in my opinion, that's just a stupid caution. I'm sorry, but that's just, I mean, Michael Steele called it out. I believe the 16 even called it out, and no checkup whatsoever on the 16's part.
We don't normally have an issue with Travis Lapanis or Michael Steele, but we're going to take a look at it here.
I think he just misjudged getting down to speed. And I'm surprised that brought out a yellow. I mean, yeah, he was sideways, but he saved it.
Well, we're going to see it here. We're looking with Michael Steele. Everything's
Would
good.
that be a track? Would that be just iRacing calling the caution on that, or is that control calling it? Because I mean, the only thing I can think is him being sideways at the entrance of pit road.
That was a misjudge by the 16, but we figured that was going to happen. But how many drivers does this mess up? You know, coming and pitting, and everybody staying out now benefiting from it. Because we're going to have multiple people a lap down. iRacing called
I think I just thought I saw this funniest pit board in history.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm pretty sure Lee Krause has Jesus Christ himself on his pit board.
So come to find out, iRacing called that caution.
I think somebody needs to revoke their license.
Sounds like it's about as inconsistent as the big leagues group.
No kidding.
I didn't know Chase Elliott was in this race and hadn't pitted yet.
Hey.
Or Dale Jr.
Hey, what? Hey, oh,
Hey.
hey. I don't ever want to hear you say anything about Dale Jr. That guy never caught a caution.
True.
Redneck Jesus.
At least we can
Redneck
agree
Jesus
on that.
got hosed by more than one
yeah.
early yellow.
Speaking of which, just because I know Junior's not watching the or the show, it is Monday night, and just an update: the Commanders are beating the Eagles 23-14.
Oh God. Well,
So we can
God,
tell,
like a score and a half.
so we can tell Junior that they're up. We just don't tell him when they're down.
well,
That's what TJ Majors said on the podcast that one time was, we always told him when they were winning. We never told him when they were losing. So that means he didn't get a whole lot
I
of
don't
score.
mind if Washington wins as long as Devonta Smith catches 2 touchdowns.
I need AJ Brown too.
Well, I don't think either one of you got that at the moment.
Nope.
Nope, but his 5 receptions, 42 yards, and Jake Elliott's 2 extra points are enough to win me my fantasy football league, so I'm happy.
Yeah, I needed good nights from AJ Brown and Jake Elliott. But look at that. You know, we've seen people, like, talking a football reference here real fast, you know, look past opponents. Eagles were probably like, it's the Commanders. We're going to wipe them with the floor. Now look at it.
I think that's just a byproduct of divisional matchups.
All right,
Always
here
being tough.
we go with just under 30 laps to go in the race. Wow, this race has flown by.
I bet you could ask some of the guys at the back and they'll tell you it's taken forever.
I'm not going to say much on fantasy, only that McLaurin got me 20 points so far tonight.
My buddy, the guy I'm playing, his kicker got 20 points.
Anybody know who scored the first touchdown?
No.
Washington, I believe.
Miles Sanders was DraftKings first.
Oh, look at that 24 of Setzer.
Don't look now, but riding around in 8th place, manages to find himself up here at the end of every race. That's 65. It's like it's in his name. He likes to linger.
Well, speaking of lingering towards the front here.
So instead of the closer, he's the linger.
He's the lingerer.
But look at
It's like
this.
to linger.
How hard
His
is
way.
it to do at a track like this, TJ? Josh Fox up 22 positions. How hard is it to do that when everybody else is pretty much in line and, you know, getting towards the front might be a challenge?
So the thing with this place that I've noticed, at least, is you really make headway with single car passing. You get it,
7 dives to the bottom to get around the 18.
And I think the 90 kind of tried to just get away from him to not turn him. You kind of have to just get a guy back in line, get settled in, get a guy. Now, obviously, if you have some sort of pit strategy going on that can gain you a ton of spots, I think that might.
Uh-oh. Look at Josh Fox. He showed the nose.
Love that Twitch paint scheme, by the way.
Okay,
I just don't
Mr.
know
Affiliate.
right now. I wish I was an affiliate.
Not to mention for him, as long as he keeps his nose clean in these spins, he's gaining spots off of them before the caution comes out.
I mean, there are some other guys, the Liquid Death Machines kind of found his way to the front here. That 99 Edmonton Oilers machine has found its way to the front.
Don't want to say I told you so, but I did say around lap 50 we were going to see everybody towards the front.
I think the yellow played right into it, and I didn't think you were that wrong to begin with.
No, neither did I. Now, speaking of the back end of the 99 Lee Krause machine,
Just think about the top 3 cars, not the drivers of the cars, but just the 3 numbers on that top row in the front 3.
18, 24, and 3.
Yeah.
A lot of nostalgia in 3 numbers. Ooh, look at
And
Matthew
he's going
Setzer.
to the. See, that's gonna be the setup for this. Is you're gonna have to push that front car on the top side out a little bit, and make that run to the bottom, and hope that the gap doesn't get filled before you get there.
Well, let's see if Farron Elam can do it as well.
Oh, the 90 pushed up, and the 65 almost got collected.
It would be
23 laps
pretty
to
cool
go.
it would be pretty cool to see probably I'm gonna be the best looking paint scheme in this field out front would be very cool looking.
Are you talking about Shiners?
Farron Elam in that 3. That is a beautiful paint scheme on that car.
I love the chrome number.
Oh, 3 wide for the lead. Almost 4 wide.
They're gonna split Setzer, and the 18 just goes to the bottom.
Wow. That's going to kill
Farron's
this
gonna kind of
here.
get left out all by himself. Lingerfeld's gonna close the gap.
Oh, I think
Those
Lingerfeld
guys
let him
got
in.
room. Yep,
I think Lingerfeld let him in.
true.
That was a good co-opetition move.
Thinking about it, wouldn't that be more of
And
a...
Setzer's setting the 18 up to do it again.
Yeah, but I don't know if the 3's going to let it happen this time.
Yeah.
Now, answer me this. The 65 let him in. Is that more of a, hey, I just don't want to wreck, or is that more of a, hey, I like you, get in here?
I think it's more of, isn't Kyle the points leader?
I would say he's trying to minimal risk here, so he probably let him in.
Exactly. That was my thought. I mean, you got to think he's thinking big picture. I think he's been thinking big picture for the last couple of weeks.
Kyle Lingerfeld is the points leader by 3 points over Alan Warnicki, and then 13 points off of Brady Floyd.
And Brady right now is a lap down, trapped because of having to pit what he did.
And Alan Warnicki is the last car on the lead lap.
Oh! I thought I saw a car sideways. I was waiting for Emerson to start calling it out. Guess he didn't want to get in trouble again.
Who was it this time?
I believe it was the 4?
I think
saw a
it
yellow
might have been
car.
the 95. I think it was the
was thinking
95.
Yeah, I was
Right
thinking
behind
he was
Lingerfeld.
Oh, yeah, he's
Yeah.
going to get...
Oh, yeah, what a save! The guys behind him didn't save it, but he did.
Oh, we're going to see that 95 right here. He's going to get punted by the 79 Larson Parker. Oh, and Larson Parker gets turned for his crimes.
Oh, yeah, he was the real victim there.
Wow, the ARCA braking behind him.
The 20 right here, I'm curious to see if he made it through. I think he was in position to get the lucky dog.
Yeah, Matt Morneau doesn't look like he checks up or just doesn't do it in time. And oh, pure chaos.
The 20 does get through. And the guy, oh, and the 99 at the very end, down on the apron, gets death.
Donnie Bartlett, we're gonna
Will
zoom it out and
Cloud
take
was
a look
also
here.
in that?
Lee Krause, all by his lonesome, trying to avoid it. Went to the wrong place at the wrong time.
Ryan, who were you asking about?
So I believe Will Cloud was in it as well.
He is certainly right behind these guys.
Let's see. Take a look at this 48 Cheez-It car going into turn 1.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh!
So that's a box
Pile-
of crunched up Cheez-Its.
Pile up in turn 2. Pile up in turn 2.
Somebody took a bite out of that Cheez-It there.
Now you gotta mix the crumbs with the grit to make it edible.
All right, everybody, we will be right back, and when we return, it'll be the finale of the Georgia Peaches 80 from Atlanta Motor Speedway.
From Mortar to Hogwarts to Gotham, The nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
We're back, everybody, with 16 laps remaining here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Your race leader right now is Dustin Dean in the 18 NOS energy drink. On the outside of that, you have Brett Murphy. Got Farron Elam in third. Bradley Stefane in fourth. Kyle Lingerfeld fifth. Sixth, TJ Floyd. Dean Qualley in seventh. Eighth, Frank Hughes. Ninth, William George. And rounding out the top 10, Michael Steele. Biggest mover of the race so far, all the way from 27th position. It's that number 5 of Michael Steele. We just mentioned him in that 10th position. It's a very, very big chess game getting around cars at tracks like this, Daytona, Talladega, and now New Atlanta. The world's fastest traffic jam, what people would say.
And I have a feeling here business is about to pick up to its peak. I'd say where you have entered peak hours here.
It is go time, as what you used to say, TJ.
Very much go time. Really good restart for the 7 here. He's going to kind of hang right on that quarter.
Top 4, good restart.
Yeah, they all kind of separate themselves, but which I'm actually really curious to see the run these guys behind him get. I don't know if they're going to be able to go anywhere with it because the place really isn't wide enough.
Farron Elam looking to the inside off the 2.
The 89 dips low.
Now the 7's going to get left out. Oh, Lingerfeld jumps up there to the outside lane.
This 3 hanging on the bottom. He might be trying to think, clear the 7 and go to the top himself.
I would be thinking it, that's for sure.
He isn't going to
go
get there.
Woo!
He got there clean.
Oh! Dean's around, Fuse around.
Oh, we're going to have another yellow here. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This place, so tough. Who was that? The 49?
49 and
Floyd.
Dean.
Oh, no. I'm almost afraid to watch. Just another checkup moment. 45 gets tagged by the 17. 17 gets tagged by the 9. The accordion strikes again.
One thing I've noticed just recently on these cars, they have the wing on the roof.
Yes.
They have the spoiler on the roof, and that just creates a huge hole behind them. That the suck up capability of these cars are unreal.
They had that a long time ago.
And yes, in the late 90s, early 2000s, they ran those on the hood of the cup car or the roof of the cup cars, and it just opens that air pocket to be even huger, like that's a word, bigger air pocket for cars to suck up on the back bumpers of each other. Not being able to bump makes that even more difficult.
All right, I'm changing your name to Wish Larry Mack.
I'm
He's the wish.com Larry Mack.
Well, no, because I remember them having it, but I never really understood why.
It's all about the air, AJ.
I'll take the Wish Larry Mack over. You didn't call me Wish Steve Letarte, so I'm good.
Ugh.
No, I like you. Oh, did I say that out loud on broadcast? Shoot, I hope he's not watching, which he's probably not.
That's alright, I'm gonna go tag him. I'm gonna go share the video on Twitter and tag him.
Doesn't he need his appendix removed? I wish I was Steve Letarte, then I got to be Dale Jr.'s crew chief. But that's besides the point.
Yeah, but he retired a year too.
True.
Ryan, all I do is picture you, and I don't know why. Every week when it's a different car, can you sign this diecast? Can you sign this different diecast? Can you sign this diecast?
Well, let's go here. We got 12 laps to go. Your original pick at the beginning of the race was who, TJ?
I think the 95.
Are you
Yes,
sticking
yes.
with the
You
95?
picked Devin Smith. He's currently in 14th.
He's had an interesting race.
Yes. Ryan, who was your pick, and are you sticking with him? Oh, no, we still need TJ to finish his question.
Yeah.
I mean, with what's left, I'm gonna say it's gonna be awful hard to beat the 8. He's been up there all race playing, and I think he figured it out.
My
I'd
original
really
pick was
like the 95 to get it.
My original pick was Mr. Warnicki, and I don't think he's in position to be a challenge here, but I've said it before that that's the best looking paint scheme on the racetrack. I'm going with the guy on the outside lane, Farron Elam, to take this win.
Warnicki is 16th, just back behind the 95. So.
He's moved up. He's moved up a lot.
You know, in that 89, he knows his way around a plate race.
True. But is he chipped, ready to go out of 4th place?
I mean, I know what I'd do to win a race.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
know.
what these boys are.
You'd wreck any relative that you needed to.
You name them, I'd put them in the fence.
Just the fence?
Well, I mean, I'd prefer to spin him to the inside. I don't need to Bubba Wallace.
Ooh. Ooh, shots fired.
And that's my drivers. Remember that.
Patink, patink, patink.
Oh, you just jumped on it, so none of the rest of us could jump on it. Gotcha.
All right, everybody, here we go.
I mean, and I'm not telling you right now, if that 65 ends up at the front here at the end, I wouldn't be shocked. Right there.
Oh,
Ooh,
us
good
saying the
little
3 and
jump.
the 18, that's just a death wish for these two out front, unfortunately.
That's why I didn't pick anybody.
Oh.
I mean, we know the finish the 3 and the 18 have had here.
And as I say that,
History-wise.
Farron gets left hung out to dry
We're
on the
3
top
wide
side.
back here.
AJ's got watching the full scope, and we're up front. Oh
Warnicki.
man, the 4 is pushing.
Oh, we're still 3 wide.
Let's not forget the 4 was the fastest car in qualifying.
He's had an eventful race and managed to find his way back to the front.
Oh, we got a wreck coming out of turn 4.
Ooh.
See if everybody gets lifted up here without killing each other. We are going to have a new set of dancing partners in front.
That's going to be Dwayne Kernahan right there in that 36.
We jinxed him.
Looks like he's going to get involved with the 48 of Will Cloud. Gonna see this. Oh, this is middle to high. I guess he might not have known the 48 was to the outside.
It's funny, the 36 is saying all he can do is hold his wheel. And
Looks like a lot of right-end damage on that 36 of Kernahan.
I'm going to assume Will Cloud just used his fast repair in that last crash. So this might be the end of his day.
Yeah, he definitely had to use it on the last caution. He had sparks flying and everything.
This is not how he's going to want to have his season go right now.
He was trying to go for 3 in a row on asphalt.
Well, we're going to go green with right around 4 or 5 laps to go. You think we're done wrecking?
No.
No. How many green white checkers do we have?
I'm looking. 3 attempts.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say we're using all 3.
Well, at least it'll be very interesting for everybody at home watching. Speaking of that, hit that like button. It helps out the channel with putting All-Star 15 TV on a lot of other YouTube accounts at the forefront whenever they type in iRacing. Also, subscribe if you want to come chat with us. It's Ryan Fry, TJ Barnier, and I'm AJ Capola. Ryan is one of the biggest contributors to one of our channel partners, Wrestling Over Everything. While we're under caution, Ryan, kind of let everybody at home know what Wrestling Over Everything is.
It's a Facebook page of all wrestling fans of any kind. Open chats all day long of different topics, wanting to get everybody involved and everybody's opinion on certain topics. We talk about then, now, and forever as far as what eras of wrestling we talk about. It's a good group. There's usually no drama. And if you're ill-informed, I will inform you.
Yes, as we've nicknamed you the Wrestling Guru, and was that me that came up with that, or was it TJ?
I believe it was a different friend.
Oh, never mind then. We don't speak of anybody outside this friend group here.
Well, that's only because we can't afford to have anybody else to come into the booth.
Well, yeah, they're a lot of weight up
are
here.
already like, what the You thought I was gonna let it go there.
Dude,
I was gonna let it go there.
I already had your name clicked, and all I had to do was hit M.
See, AJ, self-control.
Hey! I got very excited for Michael Steele last week.
One thing's for
AJ.
sure, this finish. One thing's for sure, this finish is gonna be nut and futz.
AJ just needs to learn to go, mother, father.
I was told I got ejected from a Little League baseball game when I was a kid for using that word you used last week. And I got told I'm supposed to say, my mother makes good fudge.
Just say the actual word at that point. You're just making yourself look like an idiot.
Well, when I got ejected for saying the original word.
I was never so excited for somebody on stream and when he announced what he announced. And I know Marcy and I know Michael for a good year now. We talk quite a bit on Facebook and everything. So happy for them. As iRacing pace car is going to take the left-handed turn, I'm cutting TJ off before he says something else, damning to my reputation.
All I was going to say is you need to learn to say mother, father, and sister of a brother.
And here we go.
Oh, big stack up on the bottom.
Big stack up on the bottom. Sorry, we're both watching the same thing because that's where we want to be.
Oh, we're 3 wide going into turn 1. Fuller on the inside. He's got Josh Fox in the middle and the 50 of Luke Peters on the outside.
They're gonna look like get settled out. Maybe not. Still 3 wide.
Oh,
this is bad.
The wall, the
this
16
is bad.
into the 90.
Oh,
right back in front of Devin Smith, I believe, got into it.
Oh, he did.
He did. I don't know how bad. That was just. I don't understand that one.
Where's Lee Bryce? Because that's a parking lot party.
I will be the first to tell you right now, somebody should have lifted. I don't want to name names.
Well, we're looking at
New
it
Hampshire
here.
Part 2?
Oh, 55 hard contact. And the 09 gets involved as well. It looked like it started with Luke Peters getting into the back. Gonna see it again.
Oh yeah, he definitely gets into the back of the 16 of
Travis Lepenis.
That was one of those give and take moments, and there was no give.
Well, that just wrecked a lot of fast cars. It looks like
I don't know if the 95 got a ton of damage. My pick.
Well, we're looking at Alan Warnicki right now because it looked like he scraped one of the cars, and his car seems to be fine. Gonna look for Devin Smith, see if that number 95 Pennzoil machine has damage. It looks like it just has some front damage.
Not a lot even of that. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. It doesn't look really affected.
No, it doesn't look bad at all.
He just said something. I missed his radio.
All right, Fry. You were right. We're going to use one of them.
Yeah. You think we're going to get through just one?
And if you make all three, I need lottery numbers. Come on. Going to need lottery numbers.
I think you're a day late and a California short of that, pal.
No kidding. No kidding. Because I would have a complete supercomputer right now running everything in 4K.
I'll give them to you on a delay.
It's like you telling me who won last year's Royal Rumble match so I can go bet on it. What was that from Back to the Future? The Sports Almanac.
That's right.
Imagine how much money we would make off of that. Like if I had tonight's winner in that
put some money on the Cubbies.
Everybody.
I can tell you right now, if I had that almanac, I'd have put money on the Red Sox when they were down 3-0 to the Yankees.
As a Yankee fan.
I don't care. I don't care to make the money off of that. At least it would have been something to get out of it.
I laugh at that movie with the amount of things that they got right and got wrong and everything else. Did anybody ever take notice that the two baseball teams are now in existence? They're just not in different divisions or leagues.
Yeah.
It's the Cubs and the Miami. It's Miami.
I'm trying to remember what they were called.
They didn't have a name. It was just an alligator holding a baseball bat.
Oh.
I mean, that place is pretty well swamp country.
You want to talk about betting and how close...
The best part of that whole movie is the Pizza Hut scene. I'm still waiting for Pizza Hut to give me a pizza that I can just shove the whole thing in my mouth.
So we're talking about betting here for, I don't know why, but it came up. One of my buddies put $500 on Ross Chastain, and this is at Daytona, to win the championship. $500 bet would have won him $75,000 if he won the championship, and he comes in second.
I wonder what the odds would have been just to have him qualify the way he did to make the championship round.
What are the odds of him wall riding? None. Until it happened. But here we go. Is this the final restart? Let's see. Does Brett Murphy get that excellent launch here? Oh, he does.
Oh, very big. The 89 was sleeping.
Looked like the 89 wanted him to go a lot sooner than that.
Definitely. And now everybody, the Setzer kind of checks up. The Ford runs him into the rear.
Ooh, you got Setzer a little squirrely in the 24 DuPont Chevy. Uh-oh.
Oh, and Stefan.
Uh-oh. We're not done. Oh, we're definitely not done. Well, TJ, don't look now, but the 95 is definitely broke now.
Yeah, I think there's a lot. What just happened?
Well, you had the 24 and the 89 merge back up to the racetrack, and it looked like... Trying to see what car that is. Is that the 20? I think that might be the 20. Yeah, it is the 20. He comes up a little bit to give them room while the 4 of Nick Fuller comes down, and he just hooks the 4 into the 89 and 24. While it looks like I-95 pick a state back here.
Wow, I don't really agree with that, but go ahead.
Hey, I-95 in Connecticut's horrible.
No. Not sorry. Other things.
Oh. Wow. A lot of junked race cars heading to Junior's graveyard.
At the same time, Fry, they're talking about who the EOL. They're talking about EOLs here. I don't think it's going to matter. They're forced.
They're all junked anyway. Wow. Well, how many cars do you think that's going to leave on the lead lap now? Because we're only looking at maybe 17 at best.
not really sure, but this will be the third one, correct?
Second, I thought. Thought this was the second attempt. Well, we'll
There are
find
some
out.
angry drivers.
Do you blame him, TJ?
I mean,
No, I don't.
I mean, look how many good drivers were taken out. You got Aspinall, gone. Lee Krause, gone. Will Cloud, gone. Devin Smith, bye-bye. Dwayne Kernahan, also goodbye. You know, a lot of good drivers in this wreck and multiple wrecks to not have a fast repair anymore. As we're still pacing around, it looks like the lights are off on the iRacing pace car. I still think that looks like a Dodge Dart. Like the newer Dodge Darts. Actually, I don't even think they make them anymore. Well, are you guys ready for take number 2 or 3?
I'm listening to round 12 right now, but yep, sure, ready.
there are some very ruffled drivers' feathers.
Well, just remember, everybody, stay tuned. Once this race completes, we're going to do our best to get the podium finishers in the broadcast booth for their interviews. So stay with us at the conclusion of this race. We got to get there first.
So this is is this the second or is this the third?
This is
green
the
light checker?
second. According to iRacing, this is 2 of 3.
Okay, gotcha. Don't worry, it'll be 3 for 3 in a minute.
Oh, shit. Oh,
I mean,
jeez.
Fry, the 3 and the 72 are still alive.
I see that. Sorry,
TJ, why'd
Alan.
you
I
say
will
it?
apologize now for talking about thinking you were out of it.
I did say the 18 was my guy to win this there at the end when I
Another
The
great
7
launch
is
by
gone.
Brett Murphy.
He is, but is he going to get eaten alive here?
I think he's going to because the lines aren't closing like they did before.
Ooh, 18 just got a nice bump.
Trying to track that leader's draft, and I have a feeling wherever he ends up, he's going right around him.
Yep, and there he goes. And they're going to get back to the line? Are they going to get back to the line? Are they going to get back to the line?
This is it.
Yep.
White flag presented by Wrestling Over Everything.
And there's the wreck.
There's the wreck.
No yellow.
Staying green.
No yellow. Oh, blocks the
18
top.
moves up to make the block the high line.
Oh, the wreck, and that's going to cost him. It's over. 7's going to win it.
Coming out of turn 4, Brett Murphy is going to win here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Oh, they're still wrecking.
Oh, there goes Dean. Wow.
What a finish. What a finish. Brett Murphy followed by Brandon Dunford and Dustin Dean. Your top 3.
That was
All right, everybody, we will be right back with some podium interviews.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
We are back here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, everybody. We're going to talk to your podium finishers. Up first, it's going to be the driver that finished third, the driver of the 18 NOS Energy drink. It's Mr. Dustin Dean. TJ, take it away.
Dustin Dean, if you could do anything over on that final lap, what would it be?
I would pay Brandon a little bit more money to go with me instead of instead of him there. Man, that was so close.
I thought you had it. I picked you late here on these green-white checkers thinking you were going to be the man to beat. And I never would have thought that your move back to the outside would be what cost you this win, because the push was there until the 61 got pushed to death.
Yeah, that outside line was so fast tonight. And you could easily make a pass, but man, you can't do it without help. And so, yeah, when everybody wrecks behind you and it's just three cars, then that third pusher decides who's going to win. Ultimately, it wasn't me tonight.
So close. I mean, a half a lap. That's all you needed was a half a lap more.
Yeah, I feel like we had such a strong car, and we led a lot of laps tonight, and so I'm proud of that. But yeah, it just stings to be right there at the end, so close to it, and not be able to get it done.
Well, we appreciate the show you put on for us. You had a heck of a drive tonight. I can't remember you not being towards the front. Any sponsors you want to plug?
Well, of course, NOS Energy Drink, the best energy drink out there, besides Monster. And other than that, I know I have family watching. Shout out to Papa Ken and all the family there. And so, yeah, that's it. Looking forward to coming back out and winning some races.
Well, that Camry looks sharp, and hopefully we can see it sharp in Victory Lane one of these nights.
All right. Thank you, TJ.
All right, that is the driver who finished third here tonight, Dustin Dean. TJ, thank you for that interview. We're going to see if we can get a word with our second place driver as he just disappeared. Let's see if we can get back to him. There it is. Brandon Dunford, Agent Capola in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, my friend?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Holy cow, what a crazy finish coming towards the line there. Kind of that last restart. Let's hear what went through your head there, because a lot of stuff happened and you seem to still be up towards the front.
Yeah, man. So the top line was really working, so being on the bottom, I was, committed to the bottom, but trying to find that line up top. I knew it was the faster way around all night. And so once we took the flag, I knew we didn't have much time to sort out who was going to be the winner of that. So just stayed committed to the bottom and kind of just pushed as best I could in these cars to have the best finish I could.
Yeah, that car was up front the majority of the race, but you did have to miss some big wrecks. How hard was that to not get caught up in some of the traffic jams?
Keep the pedal to the floor, man. I've seen a lot of those unfold, and even, once we made our green flag stops, I kind of missed the stop there and had to go to the back and was able to avoid one back there, and it was literally just keeping the pedal to the floor to try to miss all of them.
Well, as I'm looking at the schedule now, next week you guys go to Dover. How does anything we've done so far compare to what we're going to see with these ARCA cars next week at Dover?
And honestly, you're going to see a lot of loose. I mean, these cars just run so loose. And Dover is one of those tracks that is so fast that, the rear end can come out from underneath you. We've seen it at a couple of these different tracks. They put down the power. So when you go to a track like Dover that's small and fast, tires is going to be big and keeping the rear end, from getting out from underneath you, really.
All right, brother. Any sponsors you want to thank before we let you go celebrate a podium finish here tonight?
Yeah, man. Just want to thank Arctic Coolers for sponsoring this whole rig tonight, and just glad we could put it on a podium finish.
All right, brother. Once again, congratulations for that P2 finish here tonight, and we'll see you next week at Dover.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, TJ, you got our race winner down there. You hustled your butt over to the Brett Murphy number 7 car. Take it away, my friend.
Brett Murphy, you got a copy.
I do. What's going on, buddy?
How does it feel to have the seas just absolutely part in front of you at the perfect time?
Honestly, that was probably the most unexpected move of this race, and that's saying a lot. The battle up front was fun all day, but I'm happy that I was able to get this premium baseball Dodge to victory lane. That was so much fun up front.
When you, on that restart, got away to the big lead, we were all thinking you're in trouble. And then you did lose the lead there for a minute, and I was like, oh, he's got to fight back somehow. And then, I mean, the 18, I think he thought the help was there, and it was, and then it evaporated, and you were the luckiest guy on the planet.
Yeah, I was hitting those first gear restarts because it made such a big difference. We found that out early. And with every restart, I saw that I was out by like at least a couple car lengths, and I was just expecting the freight train to come past me. And it did. And then getting off of 2, I know I was side by side with the 61, so it was up to the 18 to determine who he was going to block. And then when I saw the bottom open up, I was just like, that was unexpected. But
Surprising.
yeah, because I had a feeling it was going to be between him and I going for that race win, but I'm happy that I was finally able to come out on top.
I mean, we watched you have a decent week last week. You were up towards the front tonight. Did you have to use a fast repair tonight? Did you make it through the carnage?
I had a 0x race still with my fast repair intact, so maybe I can use it for next week. But
I mean, I think you might be one of the few cars that can probably say that. So I would just hang your hat on that alone, let alone the fact you got the.
Yeah, I know with the super speedway racing, it's kind of all over the place because, if you're in the middle of the pack, then it's going to be a tough time getting back up to the front. I had that trouble at Daytona, and I don't know. It seems like every week I had a little something that was going on. I know last week I got a black flag. The Roval I wrecked myself, and then Homestead and Daytona I got spun. So I've been really working for this first win. I'm happy I got it.
Well, you got it, and you got it in the best of ways with just the perfect lucky move to be in the right place at the right time, and Atlanta's wild and won the Chaos Wild.
Yeah.
Judging by your Discord picture, you freshly squeezed your way into that win.
Oh, it was awesome. I had the spirit of Orange Cassidy riding with me there at the end because I was fairly calm. Believe it or not, I was fairly calm, and then when I saw the 18 move up, I was like, oh, all right.
If we had you on video, I'd tell you to give me a thumbs up. But
any sponsors you want to plug?
Oh yeah, Premium Baseball Advancement is always on the hood of my car. They've been supporting me through this series and a couple others. NS Service, EcoFuel, and everybody at Adria that was helping me out today. I know not all of Adria had the greatest of days, but a first and a fourth, I believe. That's pretty good. And this is just the beginning, I hope so.
Well, well-earned win, and I cannot. Good race. I mean, the fact that you've got a 0x is impressive.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm up at the front, so long as I got somebody behind me that knows that you can't really push in the ARCA cars, then it's kind of just a battle of staying up front. And I was able to do that today, and it worked out very well.
That's all I got. AJ, you want to ask the man anything?
Dude, you were able to put that 18 car wherever you wanted to put it.
7.
Jesus. 2 weeks in a row you screw up.
You said the 18. He beat the 18.
Oh, the 7. Shoot. Restart after restart after restart. You were a restart game guy. Sorry. I was clearing out some unwanted things in our chat right now.
See, I love this Fry. This is how we feel when he throws it to us.
I know. Great.
But Brett, those restarts were very important. You mentioned that Gear 1 restart. Was that something you practiced in practice, or Was that something somebody came to you from your team? It was like, hey, you need to do this if you're up front.
Oh yeah, that was 100% my team. A couple of them started closer to the back, and I think the first start that I did it was in second, and they go, oh yeah, you could try first. And every time I was in front, I got that massive lead, and I was like, I feel like I'm shooting myself in the foot, because if I get out to that massive lead, the pack's just going to swallow me up, and all I could really do is just defend the bottom and hope they don't run me over, and I got lucky today.
All right, dude. Well, congratulations. Hopefully you'll be at Dover next week, and you can go for another podium, if not another win.
Oh, I'm already looking at next week, because Dover's probably one of my worst tracks on this schedule. So I'm just hoping to make the playoffs, and I think tonight definitely helped me.
All right, brother. Sorry for the screw up on that.
Oh, it's okay. It's all good. I usually run the 64, and now I'm in the 7th, so it's a screw up for me too.
Don't let it happen again.
I hope not.
No, he's talking to me. You have a good night, my friend. Congratulations on the win here tonight.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna go jump off a bridge. TJ, final thoughts of the race.
What? How you gonna throw that to me right now? You gotta let me laugh. Oh, final thoughts. Need I to throw it out there? You see.
Well, I'd like you to throw it out there when you can start talking.
Well, it's, somebody that likes to linger around. Kyle Lingerfelt with another top 10 finish. I mean, he was up there at the end, but it's just like, how does this guy do it? Every week he manages to find that top 10.
He stays
somehow.
He stays out of every wreck or the wreck that's going to end his race.
It's unbelievable, and it's understandable why he's the points leader.
Ryan, how about you, my friend?
These last 2 weeks have been chaotic. They've been the outliers of this short season. Now we're going to get back into the finesse of the 1 mile concrete oval, known as with TJ's favorite character, Miles the Monster.
Oh, Miles is hungry.
So I think we're going to start seeing, as these 2 weeks have been the anomaly, that the cream will come to the top as far as the talent for the next week, as loose as the cars get at Dover, and as much finesse as it takes to drive around there and stay consistent. I'm looking forward to the rest of this season. I don't see major collapses like we've seen in a few other races.
Well, we have 2 races before we start the EFRL ARCA Series playoffs. We got Dover next week, and then after that we go to Charlotte for the Oval. And then we start the round of 8 with Martinsville, then Kentucky, and then we cut it down to 4, and we finish December 19th at Phoenix. Everybody, this is the All-Star 15 broadcast, All-Star 15 TV broadcast of the EFRL Racing League and their ARCA series. Tonight's race was won by Brett Murphy, followed by Brandon Dunford and Dustin Dean.
What was their car numbers?
7, 19, and 18.
Just checking.
And I'm not even looking at it. So I already made that mistake once. Or probably like 4 or 5 times. And for Ryan and TJ, I'm AJ. We'll see you next week when we go to Dover Motor Speedway and try to fight Miles the Monster. Peace out, everybody.
I'm going to beat both of you there.
Well, yeah, you live like 20 minutes away.
2 hours, but who's counting?
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.